Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this video. Today on the Black Tapes breakdown, we are going to start our adventure into Season 1, Episode 4, Turn That Frown Upside Down. So, I've went ahead and moved past the intro music and stuff. Just simply because we've listened to it for the first 3 episodes, and I may go back to it later, but I just figured it'd be easier just to jump into the episode, so let's do that.
It's the Black Tapes podcast. I'm Alex Regan.
I sent a tape to the Strand Institute with a ghost on it. 110% for sure. I want my $1 million. Strand is nothing but godless fraud.
Okay, wasn't expecting whatever that is.
So how do you explain 5 people all seeing the exact same spirit in the same hotel room over a 12-year period?
Dr. Strand, will you marry me?
Great show, you guys. Keep it up. I have an amazing story about a sex ghost. I'm going to email it to you. You're going to...
I guess this is kind of like a protracted, elongated intro. I don't know what's going on here.
love it.
Dr. Strand, will you marry me?
I don't think that Dr. Strand's on the level. There's something off about that guy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You make my commute tolerable, and I can't wait to hear more Black Tapes.
Don't know if that's like fan interaction or whatever, but it's kind of an interesting.
Dr. Strand, marry me.
Thank you for all of the messages. Please keep...
Okay, that's what they were. They were fan messages. They did some stuff like that during Rabbits, and I think in Tanis, when we get to Tanis.
sending them in. We really appreciate it. I'm going to highlight one particular message I received recently. Maybe received isn't quite the right word. It happened when Strand and I sat down for coffee here in Seattle last week. I'm going to play it for you and then explain the situation.
Okay, those are always kind of interesting ways to get into it.
I didn't discover the recording until the next day. I left my phone at the table and went up to the espresso bar to order a drink. It was pretty busy, and it took quite a while to get my coffee. It's a video recording, but the only thing you can see is the ceiling of the restaurant.
So, interesting.
I asked Strand if anybody picked up my phone while I was away from the table. He said no, but he did leave briefly to visit the bathroom.
So yeah, if she's up doing things at getting a coffee at the counter or the coffee bar or whatever, he's in the bathroom. There's no telling what happened.
The podcast has been generating a lot of interest, and as you heard in the opening, a large number of email, audio, and video messages. Most of the messages are supportive. People excited about the show, keen to share their favorite moments or storylines. But every once in a while we come across something like this.
And before we get into it, it makes you, first of all, with as interactive with their fan base as these people are, it's probably an actual message that somebody left in character and they got permission to use it, but there's no telling. That's one of the amazing things about these people in their podcasts.
You have no idea what Strand is capable of. We need to meet. Text me at...
No way.
There we go. I love that. And I will probably make comment about it every time, is this whole, boop, Because that's what they would do. If this was like a regular news broadcast or something like your local news or whatever, they would beep out the number for privacy concerns. And I just love that stuff. I love those little nuanced details.
You don't think I should follow up? Maybe meet this guy?
I do not.
Come on.
There's no way you're going to meet this guy. He's probably the person who left the creepy stalker message on your phone.
Yeah, we don't need creepy stalker messages.
Yeah, but we might learn something new.
We did learn something new. You need to passcode lock your phone.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Last week, Dr. Strand spoke at a conference here in Seattle. The people who organized that conference have offered him a month-long residency. Apparently, they offered him the job, in part, because of this podcast. The subject of the conference was an examination of regional mass hysteria. Strand was brought in for a case study, a case involving a mysterious video.
Which is interesting. And I've set my drumstick someplace. I ain't got nothing to fidget with my fingers, except this little thing, and my fingers are too floppy and uncoordinated for as fine detail as this requires.
Sound familiar? Turns out Dr. Strand's workload during his stay is going to be very light, and he's agreed to share the content of that mysterious video, his latest black tape.
Can I get you a coffee or anything?
I'm good,
That's
thanks.
kind of cool.
How are you settling in?
I love the weather in Seattle.
Are you serious?
It's always rainy. Or that's the myth. My mother was originally from Seattle, and growing up, the times that we went and visited Seattle, it was cloudy in the mornings with little sprinkles, and in the evenings, but most of the time during the day it was clear. I mean, this was also in like late June, early July too, so.
Serious?
Absolutely. I went to college up in Vancouver. I got used to it. Can't have the trees without the rain.
I suppose that's true. It's serendipitous for me. You're being stationed up here, so to
It makes the plot work.
speak.
My publisher is over the moon. Since you launched the podcast, she's had more than a few calls. I'm surprised she hasn't sent you a fruit basket.
That's just kind of quippy. I like that.
She hasn't, has she?
A fruit basket? No. But I hope that's still a thing because that sounds awesome.
Come to think of it, it's probably not a thing anymore.
Hey, when we were having lunch last week, this might sound a bit crazy, but did you see anybody messing around with my phone while I was up getting coffee?
No. What happened?
What about when you came back from the wash?
Yeah, that's kind of we're getting into creepy territory again.
What happened to your phone?
Well,
Let me play something for you.
And you get the sense of space in a room or somewhere, wherever they're at. That because it's taking so long, you get the sense that he has to get up and move or go get something.
Did you hear it?
That's kind of interesting. To me, it kind of sounded like a foreign language or maybe a distorted something in English.
I don't think so.
In the 80s, the religious induced panic by convincing people there were secret messages when you
Oh, the satanic panic from the 80s. Yeah, I remember growing up with that crap.
played records backwards. Backward masking.
What was that?
Backmasking. Actually, the Beatles did it, played around with it on Sgt. Pepper's. No, not Sgt. Pepper's. Yeah, Sgt. Pepper's and Magical Mystery Tour.
I'm supposed to hear.
The artists weren't actually recording backwards messages. At least not at first. But once you knew the supposed hidden phrase was, "My sweet Satan," or whatever, that's exactly what you heard.
because that's what your brain had been programmed to listen for.
You think I'm hearing something on the message on my phone? It's clearly a male voice saying, "He's not who you think."
Is it? Are you certain the last word in the first sentence isn't drink rather than think?
There's no telling. But, we don't know. Or actually, we will find out. I hope.
Pretty sure. Okay, 95% sure. But isn't the more important question, why would somebody sneak a recording onto my phone?
Is your phone set up for one-touch photo?
I think so, but this wasn't a photo.
On my phone, the video button is right next to the photo button.
Fine, but I was nowhere near.
And actually, on my phone, it's the same way. It's interesting. Actually, you have to open the camera, and you have the photo button and the video button right next to each other on my phone.
My phone.
That family next to us had kids, a couple of teenage boys.
You think some kid accidentally recorded a message on my phone? A message that just happened to be acutely relevant to my current situation? Why are you smiling?
The term acutely relevant.
Okay. What about it?
Yeah, what about it? I like the term, to be honest with you.
Perceived relevance and extraordinary coincidence. That's precisely the argument for astrology, ESP, and the rest of it. This is the crux of almost everything we do at the Strand Institute.
Someone
That's interesting.
recorded a mysterious message on my phone. Was it one of the kids at the next table, or a nefarious stranger? This might remain a mystery, which is frustrating.
See, what I don't understand is leaving your phone. Because I normally wear cargo pants type, just because I'm always putting stuff in my pockets, and if I have just like regular pants on, my pockets fill up real quick. So I just need the extra pockets to put crap in. So unless I'm actively using my cell phone, it's usually in one of the side pockets on the leg. But I don't know. Even my wife, when she gets up, if we go out to eat or something, she'll get up and instinctively grab her cell phone. So
Strand says it's precisely this frustration of never knowing that leads us to jump to conclusions. It's tough to argue with him on that count. I
yeah, because science can be a bitch.
want it to be more interesting. The child accidentally recording a message isn't satisfying to me. Strand is certainly right when he says that we want to believe.
And there we go. The poster from all the different X-File episodes has the flying saucers as I want to believe.
And yet, that message sounds like somebody is saying, "He's not who you think." Our tech guy says somebody could have hacked my phone remotely and sent the recording. An extremely high-tech listener could be messing with us.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Somebody might just be screwing with you. And I think we'll go ahead and call that good here. Hope things are going well. I hope everyone enjoyed the teaser trailer. I'm going to try to do the little teaser trailers and stuff like that, just in fairness to the good people that do these podcasts, the Public Radio Alliance and the Minnow Beats Well, just because they put through the work to do it, and I might as well incorporate it in my breakdowns. So until next time, be a good human, be good to other humans. Peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?